man. I'm tired.
Did you watch? I know I'm a little tired too. Did you watch
Yeah.
the All Star game?
Yeah. Well, I watched till about halftime, then I went to sleep. So.
Okay, I watched the full game. Actually, I watched the full weekend,
Mhm.
and I was a little disappointed.
I thought the dunk contest was like
Go
a
on, take it up.
5 out of 10, like a
Yeah, I
five
think
out of 10.
you ever get to the point where you kind of feel embarrassed for someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I was like, oh no, this guy.
Mhm.
I felt embarrassed
Yep. How they kept missing
how they kept
dunks.
missing dunks, and again, it takes. I'm not taking anything away. It takes extreme athleticism to pull those off. But Jesus, can one of you just put the ball in
Yep.
and
Yep.
make it look good?
Yep, and then what it does is it takes the crowd of it. Every time that you miss, and the crowd knows exactly what dunk you're trying to do.
Exactly.
You know, it takes the crowd of it.
It takes it away
What out of
because
it.
you hear oh,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden they're like looking at their phones.
Yep.
Yeah, this isn't working out. This isn't working out.
Yep.
I thought the skills challenge wasn't bad.
Mhm.
I like how they had the brothers
Different
in
teams.
different teams. I love that. I love the Howard University play.
Mhm.
Love that one. The All Star game is always one of those things where I'm just like, you want to see them perform well, and you know this is going to be a high scoring game. There's
Yeah.
no defense involved,
Mhm.
but Steph Curry is ridiculous.
Yep.
I just think he's trained his depth perception for so long.
Yeah.
He can go anywhere in the court,
Mhm.
or the arena for that matter, and,
Yeah.
and put it in the hole, which is
Yeah.
that's ridiculous, man. I was watching ESPN earlier, and they were talking about Braun
Mhm.
maybe sticking around
Mhm.
to play with Bronny,
Mhm.
which would be crazy because I don't think that duo has ever happened, a father-son.
Mhm.
That would be great,
Yep.
but it doesn't happen in LA.
No. No, definitely not.
It doesn't happen in LA.
Definitely not. I could see it happening, but like you said, but it's gonna depend on the draft picks.
That's true.
It's gonna be really hard. I'm not sure the Lakers, draft situation, but it'll depend on that. I think I saw something. Don't quote me on this, but I think I saw something where it says Bronny's projected as like a second round draft pick right now,
Okay.
which is, I mean, that's fine. He's only in the 11th grade and still has time to, get better and everything. But that'll be interesting to see. I would definitely love to see that. Um, yeah, I think that would be great.
I think there's a little protection in that as well.
Hmm.
I'm gonna protect my son when he gets to this league.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go where he goes.
right.
Talk to him if you want to. Talk to
Mhm.
him crazy, coach.
Hmm.
So I think this can be one of those things where I think there's a that's a dad move.
Well, I think it's a dad move too, from the sense of, I think he said something along the lines of, like you just said, he's going where his son is going. So now, if you're an NBA GM, you're looking at it like, shoot, I draft Bronny, I get LeBron.
I get LeBron.
I get LeBron too.
It's a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, 2 for 1.
At
So
least
if
for the first year, right? At least
Exactly.
at least for just where we go.
Exactly. So for now, LeBron is basically solidifying his son's NBA career because, I mean, who's going to turn down LeBron in that deal? So now, somebody's going to at least draft him because they want LeBron as well.
Selfishly, it needs to be the Celtics.
Wow, so LeBron goes from LA to Boston?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my prediction, fellas. That's my wish, right? No, but man. So when I was watching it, and they were going through the 75 years, and right, you're gonna be able to educate me on this way more than I have.
Mhm.
I miss watching centers.
Yeah.
Like I miss watching a big man
Mhm.
in the hole. I just miss it, but I understand the game has evolved,
Mhm.
where a forward like LeBron can play 1 through 5,
Mhm.
pretty much, or any basketball. But you have these big guys that are shooting threes.
Mhm.
Shaq wasn't shooting threes. I mean, the game has evolved so much. But tell me why. Why?
I just think over time you had taller guys just starting to become more skilled at their craft. I mean, I can remember back when I was playing ball and everything, centers and big guys would always come out and try to shoot threes, and you would joke and laugh and play with them. But now, some of those guys started making it a serious thing where they started actually working on it. And I think just the more that those guys worked on it and saw it and continued to hone in on doing those guard like skills and things every day, I think it just changed the game. And then seeing guys like Kevin Durant, Giannis, all of those tall guys being able to handle the ball and being able to do all of those things just made kids who are taller
I was gonna
want to
say
do those
yes.
same exact things. So yeah, it's definitely evolved. It's definitely changed. And it seems like it happened really fast too, because I can remember playing in college and still having to throw the ball in the post
To a big guy, right?
Yeah, to a big guy and everything. And shoot, that was only what, it's 2022, and so roughly 10 years ago maybe.
That's not a long time.
That's not a long time. So it happened relatively fast, and it seems like as soon as I graduated college, maybe 2 or 3 years later, centers and everything were shooting threes and bringing the ball up the court and doing all of those things.
So you just think it's partially a genetic makeup of the kids today for their basketball, right? They're taller, they're just bigger.
Yeah, and then it's also it's the kids are gonna do what they watch on TV all the time. So now they're growing up seeing those things and seeing these guys being able to shoot the ball and doing. I mean, most kids, let's be honest, they don't know what Shaq did.
Right. Right.
Back in those days, they don't know.
They're not watching old film.
No, they don't know Hakeem Olajuwon. They don't know Patrick Ewing and all of those guys. The back to the
greats,
basket guys.
man.
Yep. They don't know those guys, so
Wow.
they're just copying and doing whatever they see on TV, which is fine. It suits and helps whatever goals and things are going on in today's game. But that's really the main reason is because they're just doing whatever they see every day.
I missed Zion in this All-Star. I wish this guy would get healthy and stay healthy. I don't know what needs to happen, but I really think that he would be one of those players in the future that changes the game.
Mm-hmm.
But Ja Morant is bananas.
Yeah.
This kid has got some serious bounce.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a clip where he looked like he had blocked a shot from the. I know I'm over exaggerating, but
the two-hand block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But speaking of dads,
Mm-hmm.
you're about to be one.
Oh man, sooner than I think too.
Okay, it's coming.
Yeah, it could be here any day now.
Baby
With the
Powell.
way that these things are going. Yeah.
Okay.
Baby coach, baby Powell, whatever you want to call him.
Labels on the road.
That's
Basketball
what we call
player.
him. I know a lot of my clients and a lot of people call him baby coach or they say baby Powell. So he's already got nicknames.
He's already got
and
nicknames.
all of these, and he's not even here yet.
Boxed in already. Here we go. The
Yeah.
expectations have been set for you, sir.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing he's just going to be, I think that he's going to be exceptional.
Thank you.
I think that you just have a good personality. You, Vince, and then obviously your wife. I just, it's good. But I think those are the things that we want to see out of good coaches and
Yep.
that try to raise good kids or they just try to be an example. Not I'm by far no perfect example of that, but I'm just. But I think that there is a correlation to how there's good coaches and good dads, and there's sometimes the one lacks from the other. Sometimes you're a better coach than you are a dad, and then sometimes you're just a better dad than you are a coach. There's always a balance or equilibrium in there somewhere, but no, I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun too, man. I've been talking to my soon-to-be wife here in a few months, but she and I were talking. I was just saying, throughout this whole process, let's just try to keep it fun. And whatever we do, let's just try to keep it fun. Throughout our marriage, throughout our kids and everything, and I feel like as long as we can do that, then we'll be totally fine as a family.
Having those conversations early on are important, for sure. I mean, I think that goes back into coaching, right? You have a game plan. Hey, wife, here's the deal. We're gonna go XXO, right? We're gonna do it this, right? We're gonna plan this way. What's your input? Okay, good. Assistant, let's go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's always one of those things where having open conversations early on, and here, I had our first child. We had our first child when we were younger. Like
Mhm.
my daughter's gonna be 19 this month, and we've been married for 21 years.
Mhm.
So we were. It was just early parenthood, early learning, early on, and when you take one of the. I think the great thing for both of us, we were. It wasn't a big deal as far as like we're not ready.
Right.
Like we were just relaxed already, and just kind of we had our fun early on, and it was fun. So, and then obviously Giancarlo, and Mia. You know, hopefully Mia will. Um, she's hopefully she'll end up at Snyder. We'll see.
Yeah, the crazy part about Giancarlo is I see him now, and I still see the little kid that was walking around the weight room like 6, 7 years ago.
Yes.
And it's just crazy to see him grown up now and
I know, but
doing
it's
his own thing.
that goes along the line. Like I was talking to Austin's dad, Mr. Lewis, about how we get to see these kids evolve from little kids to adults. Where there's instances where I've seen kids when they were in their 7th grade year, and now I still talk to them when they're 22, 23,
Right.
and they're talking about, well, yeah, coach, I'm gonna go grab a beer. I'll, talk. What? Like, what do you- it's just such an odd transition.
Yeah.
But you get to see those nuggets grow, and it's awesome that you get to see Giancarlo. And Lee, it's been that long.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It's been about 6 years now.
That's gone by fast.
Yep.
6 years at Bishop Snyder High School.
Mhm.
You guys are in regionals
Yep.
tomorrow,
Yep.
and then we move on, because we're gonna go ahead and say that.
Yes,
And move
sir.
on. But what are the expectations for tomorrow?
The expectations for us to win, man. These guys, they've been tested. Like they've been tested this year, on the court, off the court,
Yeah.
in every aspect of life. And my main thing with Snyder is I never wanted them to have anything easy. Any of my teams, whether that be, as we just said, on the court or off the court. So having them fight through adversity
Right.
throughout the season has prepared them for these moments that they're in right now. Being down at Trinity Catholic
That's
last week.
Ocala, right? Yeah.
Down there in Ocala. Tough physical game. It's going back and forth the whole entire game. And you got to figure it out. Like, you got to figure it out on the road. It's only so much I can do.
Yeah, you can't get on the court and play.
Yeah, in those instances, man. So I just get, the joy of coaching and everything when I see those guys just fight through that adversity and see them, overcome all the things that they've been throughout the entirety of a season. And, that's my main goal for all of this, to be honest. Do I care about our record? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I just care more about the lessons learned and seeing these guys grow as young men and, doing something special for the school.
And they will. I think there's kids in there that have a unique personality. Well, they all have unique. They have like these weird little quirks about them. And I think Jalen is one of those kids that just is. He can. He will. He's going to.
Well, he has an offer.
He has an offer?
He doesn't know where he's going yet.
Okay.
He has about 2 or 3 offers on the table right now, and I'm pretty sure, he'll have a couple more if we continue to keep winning.
Yeah.
Here later, but like you said, just another kid, man, who
Facing adversity.
Yeah, he's had it his whole life.
That's right. That's right.
And just to see him, he came to Snyder as a 9th grader, didn't play his 9th grade year, due to some unforeseen circumstances.
Yep.
And then played his 10th grade year, and ever since his 10th grade year, he's kind of been, I guess you could say, one of the quote-unquote guys at Snyder. And just seeing him being able to handle being that guy, as well as some of the things that he has going on off the court, with his own day-to-day personal life. It's just been cool seeing him, mature throughout the years and everything. And don't get me wrong, he's still a knucklehead. I still have to get on to him. I still have to, do what I have to do.
Send the reminders, yeah.
But it's been cool just watching that kid, man. I've been proud of him, and hopefully here he can do something special for the school as well, because I know it feels a little different when you've been there since the ninth grade,
Yeah.
and going through those moments with all of your classmates, not just your basketball teammates, but your classmates.
Right.
Seeing them every day, and I talk to them all the time about wanting to win for them, in the school, and I honestly more than you may want to win for the basketball team. Just wanting to win for Bishop Snyder as a whole. And I think once you find that joy and love for the school itself, then winning means a lot more to you when you're in these moments.
That's a really important part because I don't think that athletes today will look at their school and have that immense amount of pride.
Mm-hmm.
Like that sense of pride is, I think, gone a little bit.
Right.
And there's programs out there that I don't know if it's because of kids can go anywhere they want to go now and they can just hop around and transfer, and to an advantage that helps us a little, helps the school a little bit. But I also think that there's not that pride thing where you're like, yeah, I go here, I play here, I play travel soccer, I play travel whatever it is, right? And you want to have that sense of pride as well. But for your school, you don't get that. Right. You're not going to get it again at all.
Yep. It's tough, like you said, with guys being able to transfer and go where they want to go, quote unquote, these days. And it hurts. I mean, it helps us in a sense, but it also hurts us as well, because what if one of these kids want to just
go
pick up and leave and go? Like they're more than welcome to do all of those things. So it's just a new day and age, new times here that we're all adjusting to. But I'm not complaining about it. I tell everybody, I say, hey, times has changed. You have to get with the times. So I'm adjusting to the times as well.
I'm as well, because for me there's a different way to train, and adjusting and being I try to be as forward thinking as possible in training, knowing the audience that I'm in front of, right? Just looking at, let's say, there's kids, that we can train at Snyder that are different than the kids, in South Florida or another region, right? It's just whether it's a different environment, whether it's just different cultures, and you have to adapt to all of that. But strength training in itself is fairly new for basketball, right? Not just at a high school level, but even at a collegiate level. In NBA, I think there's still teams that don't have a weight room at their facilities, and they're trying to catch up. They're trying to get on board with the strength and conditioning. Take us back to JU, Jacksonville. You graduated from Jacksonville University, did the basketball thing there. Their new weight room.
Oh, it's amazing.
Is bananas.
Yep.
It makes me jealous. Like, I'm just like, look at all of these fun things, right? Yep. But I think it's good for them.
Yes.
The university reallocated and raised money and put it where it needs to go. Yep. They did it with the soccer teams. They're doing it with the basketball teams. They're doing it with the baseball teams. And I think it was a smart move.
Yeah, it was great. First and foremost, I love JU.
Fins up, baby.
Yeah, fins up. Went there all my years in college, and JU is where I kind of grew up as a man.
Yeah.
College just taught me so many different things, man. So I have a a different sense of pride, I guess, if you will, for JU than most will have here, being played here, and graduating from there, and the things that they've been able to help me with, off the court, post my career, and things like that. So I just have a different love for them. But you speaking on the facility, man, it's just amazing to see them being able to, do something for the basketball program like that. If I'm not mistaken, that's the only facility in the Atlantic Sun that is basketball specific that no other team uses.
That's right. Yeah. It's theirs. You don't go if you're not a basketball player. You don't go there.
You can't go in there.
That's right.
Yeah, you can't go in there. So the facility is state of the art. It's nice. The weight room is amazing, as you just said. They have 2 courts that are in there. All the coaches' offices are in there and everything. So it's just cool to be able to have a place as a basketball player that you can just go and hang out and you can just call it yours. Because when we were there, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
We
shared the shed.
Yeah, man. We shared the court with volleyball. Intramurals sometimes was in the gym and everything. It was crazy. It was crazy, but to see the level of success that we were able to have at JU with all of those things going on, and now fast forward and
Right.
see them being able to have their own facility, and they're having even more success, right now than we had when we were there. It's just been great. Coach Minsley is doing a great job,
Yeah.
really great job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that addition.
Hmm.
Shout out to Vince. What up, baby?
Vince Martin,
Vince Martin.
Snyder.
Yes, sir. I think that he's, he probably the guy that started that there at the Snyder, and you were just able to
Yeah.
come in and just steamroll it through. And wait, Vince played at JU as well.
Yep,
Yeah, that was
he played his graduate year at JU.
okay.
Hmm.
That's awesome, and it's a beautiful campus.
Yep.
It's nicely located on the river, right? There's there's a boathouse, like there's so many options. Sometimes it does get overlooked because it's a private school,
Hmm.
but from an athletic standpoint, I think they're coming in full force. I really do. I think they hired the basketball strength coach from University of Florida. Smart move, right? Guy knows what he seems like he's doing there, and he's putting on weight. Like Jossie looks great
Yep.
there,
Yep.
and I think that he hit a growth spurt. I think that he's just eating and doing everything that he needs to do.
Yep.
And when you're a basketball player in high school, you don't see that. I think that I play, I kind of lift when I can. When you're in college, you have a schedule. It's
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z. Here you are. Here's your food. I mean, it's kind of laid out for you, and there's a little bit of free time in there as well. But that's my ambition.
Hmm. Yeah, like you said, with strength and conditioning over there with Coach Pat, he's just a great mind,
Yeah.
if you will. He's young, he's energetic, he's passionate about it. He's like a little Energizer bunny. Or
Just
something,
bouncing around,
man. Yeah,
ready to go.
just bouncing around, ready to go. But he's been very helpful, for me as well with my business. Anything that I need or any ideas I may have that I need to bounce off of him. Any different techniques that I'm able
Yep.
to use and all of that. He's been very helpful in those.
Do that. Let's talk about Fit Vibe.
Mhm.
Where did this come from?
It started with me just wanting to help people.
Okay.
And to be honest, I was coaching at the time.
Okay.
And
Coaching basketball.
Coaching
Okay.
basketball.
Okay.
Coaching basketball. And I needed a job where I could make my own schedule. And I wanted to be able to maneuver and do all
Around,
the things
yeah.
that I wanted to do. Because at the time I had kids going on college visits that I wanted to be a part of and wanted to be able to help them with. I just had a lot of things going on, so I knew I needed me time to be able to do some of those
Right.
things as well. And started out teaching, but I'll be honest, I hated being in the classroom. Like I absolutely hated being
Yeah.
in the classroom. Love being around kids as I do now, but I hate.
The environment is different.
Yeah, it's definitely different. And I'm the type of guy that when I go home after I'm done with work, I want to be done with work a lot of times.
Right.
So obviously, there's a lot of things that I have to do within my own business.
Right. Right.
But I didn't want to go home and do lesson plans. I didn't want to go home and do all of those things, and I was terrible at doing those things. I knew what I wanted to teach in the class. I got the most out of my kids in class, but I've always just been that guy who can just come up with things and, I know what to do and all of those type of things. I don't have to put it on paper and show you what I'm doing just to
You
prove
can't
to
be like, hey, we're here about this history lesson. Let's go, right? You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, so I hated doing all of that. But fast forward, like I was saying, that was when Fit Vibe started, and I wanted to also, like I said, find another way that I could help more people achieve health goals and things like that. So started doing my training. Started off, to be honest, in my apartment. Started with people in my apartment, just training them there. However, I don't know if I can say that on camera, but my apartment complex, I guess they allowed me to, I guess if you will, but training people
It doesn't
out
matter.
there.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere. Yes.
And then it just grew. I started doing boot camps. Started off with like 2 or 3 people, and then
What park was that called?
it was Unity Plaza.
Unity Plaza.
Yep, Unity
Yeah,
Plaza,
yeah.
right there in Riverside.
It's a nice little park.
Right outside of 220 Riverside.
Yeah.
A little amphitheater there, but started doing it there. Had three or four guys, or 3 or 4 ladies come out. And then ever since then, like it's one of the, biggest and best
And where are you at right now?
weekend boot camps in this city. I'm at Cross Training San Marco, right outside of the square.
Okay, oh, right outside of the,
Right across the
Man, that's
street from
right.
the Jimmy John's.
oh, yeah,
So
okay.
now, yeah, I'm located there. Make my own schedule. I train typically from 5 in the morning to 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm done the rest of the day, and I get to, be able to handle my basketball activities and
Right.
do everything that I need to do there. So it's just been a perfect match for me and my own personal life and everything that I've got going on now.
What do you want to see, I guess, moving, let's say, 3 to 5 years from now?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see yourself as a coach? Not a basketball coach, as a trainer. I say coach, but where do you see that?
Well, it's funny
What do you
that
wanna
you
do?
say that because I don't even call myself a trainer. Like all the people at the gym,
It's
they call
coach.
me coach.
Yes.
Yeah, they call me Coach Russ
Same.
and things. So it's more so me coaching them up on different things, not just with the body, life skills and things that they can take moving forward with them. But 3 to 5 years from now, I plan on being one of the biggest fitness coaches in the country.
You'll be there. I promise you
Yeah.
that you'll be there.
Thank
I saw you.
man.
I saw you on Facebook Marketplace. By the way,
Wow.
you were doing you got a great beard. By the way,
Wow, appreciate it.
I cut mine off. It's
Yeah.
it's hella gray.
Mm.
But you were. I was scrolling through Marketplace and I was like, Russ, dude, you got a beard oil? I think it was a picture of a beard oil.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you wanna know what's crazy? I kept getting texts and everything about that picture and all of that, and I'm like, I have no idea who these people are. I don't know.
They're
why
using your
they're
picture
using
without-
my pictures
No.
without knowing, and I'm definitely finding out who's
Who-
using it, what's going on, and everything like that. So I can
Please.
start getting some compensation. for
That's
that,
right.
please.
That's right. Please go get compensated.
Yes. Yes.
Because I came across that and I was like, oh, this dude. I'm thinking this is obviously
No,
right.
that's
When you
not
see
me.
it, you think this dude is out there. Get
Yeah,
it, boss.
that-
Go get it.
That's not me at all. That's somebody who has taken my picture
Offline,
offline,
maybe
yep, and have used it to promote their
a beard oil.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What is the beard oil called? Do you know?
I have no idea. In all honesty, I have no idea.
It needs to be called Russell now.
It's crazy because if you type in beards in Google and you go to images, I
You
pop
pop up.
I pop up sometimes with that beard oil and everything.
Hmm.
So I have, evidently they're doing pretty good, so I need to
We
figure
need to
out.
figure out what's going on with that. We need to
I
get you
really
some
do.
beard oil money.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my god. So I think that your ambition is in becoming one of the well-known trainers in Jacksonville was already, I think, for sure it is getting there. And I'm not even talking about social media following, because I think that social media following is a false positive,
Mhm.
right? To where how people see, oh, this dude's got 10,000 followers and he's got a blue check mark.
Mhm.
I don't think that any of that holds weight to me.
Right.
Blue check marks mean nothing to me.
Mhm.